Action.
Hello everybody! Welcome to Computer Art Man's blog. I'm Jeff Mueller and my cameraman Xavier is here again today.
Greetings everyone.
And I just wanted to talk about what another exciting week for me. It's that I really don't usually get this type of recognition that I've been getting on Facebook, Twitter, through social media. My whole life I've always wanted to be a fine artist, but it's just been so condensed to the area that I was working on. I worked on a lot of pieces, and always it was personally satisfying, but I really never got to show anybody. But it's really starting to take off for me right now, and I have been having a blast. This week, although I haven't done anything actually creative, I've been working on my project, my social media multi-medium project, and it's going along. It's getting further along. Things are happening. It's like I can't even explain how exciting it is. But one of the couple things that happened, I'd like to thank Lily Tuffle again for the coffee with the digital artist Jeff Mueller that she did a couple weeks back. And then also this week I was on I did an interview at the onestoppoetry.com, and if you go there, you go to onestoppoetry.com, you click on the featured artist, and then you highlight Moondust Writers Thursdays, and my article's there all the way until Thursday, so check it out. And then also it was such an exciting interview, and I've gotten such a good response. There's a couple responses on there, but everybody, I thank you on Twitter for giving me a good feedback back. Now, the other thing is that this week there was an announcement of the New York Group Show, and you can go to @NY Group Show, and it'll give you all the details. But basically, a friend of mine on Twitter, Kianga Ellis, she has done a Kickstart project where she's going to basically use 1,000 people donating $25 for $25,000 and tour 30 artists this summer in 6 different cities. And I'm close enough to Pittsburgh, and if I can get in there, she's going to come and she's going to interview me here, and I want to really be one of the 5 artist finalists that have a show in New York City. So if you can back me on that, it's just go to @NY Group Show on Twitter, and all the details are there. Now, I'd like to pick up where I left off last week. Xavier?
Jeff, you mentioned you're going to go to this art show, and we were talking last week about your genre, where you see yourself in the art world. What type of artist are you? And I'd like to have you elaborate on that a little bit more.
Okay, if you could hand me my iPad.
Certainly.
Thank you. What I want to do is, my inspiration was Edward Hopper, Nighthawk painting. And on that painting, I had, it's right here, let me call it up real quick. That painting was living in Milwaukee for most of my adult life until I was 40 years old. I went to the Chicago Art Institute, and this painting was there. It's basically called Nighthawks, and it was the inspiration for my current project. But his project, I loved his format. It was a 30 by 60 format. My final paintings are all going to be 30 by 60, and they are being produced also in this format of the 20 by 40. Now, he was a modern realist, and that's kind of what I consider myself to some extent, because my paintings have a lot of similarities, but being into the digital, going into the digital realm, and being more contemporary, I'm pretty much a contemporary realist, or a digital contemporary realist. I've been thinking, so what it really comes down to is there's a lot of similarities and things that I chose from his paintings, some of the light sources, the way that I use my brush strokes in Photoshop, and then once I bring it out, I'm using a lot of the techniques that he's used in the Nighthawk painting because I just loved it so much, and that is really was my inspiration, and also how I've defined myself as an artist, which would be a contemporary, a modern contemporary artist, or a digital contemporary artist. Okay, so now that we've got that covered, we've pretty much this week I vowed to keep myself right around 5.5 minutes, and we're right there. So next week, until then, go out and create something, or associate yourself with something that you're creating, or buy some art. And until then, next week, Xavier.
Thank you, folks.
All right, thanks a lot.